Joe is back for a fourth season of You on Netflix. Let's see if part one is worth your time. Hey everybody, my name's Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services like Netflix. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. After his previous life went up in flames, Joe Goldberg has fled to Europe to escape his messy past, adopt a new identity, and of course to pursue true love. But Joe soon finds himself in the strange new role of detective as he discovers he may not be the only killer in London. Now his future depends on identifying and stopping whoever's targeting his new group of uber wealthy friends. So the first three seasons of You are really great. It's some of my favorite things on Netflix. And I was really looking forward to part one of You. Part one is episodes 1 through 5. And the second part comes out March 9th, episodes 6 through 10. This feels like a completely different show. The first three seasons worked because we saw Joe and him trying to pursue true love, but he had killed people. And the back and forth with the women involved in the first three seasons, the people that he thought were his true love, made for a lot of really engaging episodes, and that back and forth provided for a lot of really snappy dialogue, and you just were interested in where some of these relationships were going to end up. The first 5 episodes are not focused on him finding love. It's really just focused on him trying to escape his past life and live a quiet life in London. But something happens and he finds out that he may not be the only murderer in London. The show is like a whodunit where all of his uber wealthy friends start to suspect that he may be the killer, but he knows that he isn't. And so he tries to figure out who the killer is. It's a complete shift of a series where the first 3 seasons really focused on him and finding love, but then him killing people. There's no relationships set forth within these first 5 episodes. It's a whodunit. And it's a good whodunit. I think it's a fun few episodes. But when you look at the previous 3 seasons, it's something that's completely different, and you feel at times you're not watching the same show. Yes, you have the narration in here, and Joe is thinking things throughout. He's able to think in the mindset of a killer, so that works for him. But it's just so completely different. There's many times where I felt like I just wasn't watching You. Maybe it's because he wasn't trying to pursue love in here. He was just trying to enjoy that quiet life. But it's just so different. And when you look at the first 3 seasons and this one, it's not my favorite thing so far. It's a bit of a letdown because of the way that the end of season 3 was set up and why he actually went to London and all of that. It's quickly discussed in the first few episodes, and then it just kind of disregards all of that. The new batch of characters in here, because we do have a lot of new characters. All of these friends kind of have a shady life, and each person could be the killer, and Joe is trying to become close friends with everybody to figure out who this killer is. And then it starts to have these complicated relationships amongst friends. People start to question who Joe really is. It's not his name in London. He goes by a different name, and he has a position at a school in here, and so he's trying to avoid everything, but this killer might have some clues as to who Joe really is. So the back and forth whodunit style works for this. If it was like a separate series just focused on this whodunit, it would have worked. But when you connect it to the overall series of You, it just feels something completely different. But when you look at this point in his life, he is trying to escape his messy life, but he's constantly still remembering parts of his previous life and how he is obsessed with finding true love. And there's moments where you feel like it's starting to overpower him, and he may kind of result back to that previous life. So when you look at the character and him wanting a different change, it works. But the show is trying to be like the previous 3 seasons in the way that the narration is and how he is describing true love and everything, but it's just solely focused on these new characters and how Joe fits in with them. And he doesn't seem like he's friends with any of them, but they kind of like him and some don't. So it really creates for some conflicted relationships throughout. The rest of the episodes may change its course and start to focus on true love for Joe, but the first 5 episodes, the way that it was set up feels a bit different. And it's hard to adjust to these first 5 episodes in the style that it is. It feels different from how it was established in the past. I am hoping that the next few episodes are a bit different than this and start to kind of dive a little bit deeper into the already established seasons of You and kind of mirror it a little bit. But I also piggyback off of these first 5 episodes. But these first 5 episodes, it just feels completely different. I did enjoy Penn Badgley in here. I think he is really good as Joe. That narration is very smooth, very calm, and he's very relaxed in here, kind of just in the background for most of it. Characters are talking to him and he's not even responding. You just hear the narration, and there's at times people question why he's so quiet and he's so awkward at times, but he really seems like he's not there. He's just trying to enjoy this quiet life, but he's thrown back into this murderous game and there's another killer on the loose. The supporting cast is pretty good as well. Don't want to go into many names of the supporting cast, but each one feels different and has a shady past, and they kind of play up on that very well, and the relationships they have with Joe. Some have more screen time than others. Some just feel very brief, but they fit into the show pretty well. So I'm looking forward to the next episodes and seeing if it does change and kind of brings back some elements from the previous 3 seasons. But these first 5 episodes, it does feel different. Just know that going into it. It doesn't feel like You at times. It feels like a completely different whodunit show. So before I give you my score for You Season 4 Part 1, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. I'm gonna go ahead and give You Season 4 Part 1 a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for You Season 4 Part 1. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming content like this. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.